Welcome to the WHHI News. I'm McNair. Here's a look at your headlines. Bluffton police have arrested 33-year-old Orlando Murphy in connection with the shooting on Fuller Court in Bluffton yesterday afternoon that killed 2 people. Their names have not yet been released. Surveillance cameras from businesses show 2 people coming out of the bushes fighting, one of whom became a victim in that shooting. Bluffton Middle School, which is about a mile away from where the incident occurred, was put on a modified lockdown. The state legislature has been very busy this week. The state Senate has again passed a bill that would allow the use for medical marijuana in the state by a 24-19 margin. Beaufort County State Senator Tom Davis, who's been pushing for the bill for a decade, says there's no intent to allow any recreational use and that smoking a joint would still be illegal. The illnesses that could be treated are very specific, from cancer to MS, glaucoma, and PTSD. Marijuana would only be available through chosen pharmacies. Now, the bill goes on to the more conservative House. To date, 38 states across the nation have legalized medical marijuana. Well, the Island Packet is reporting that Beaufort County is considering having its residents vote to extend the 1% extra sales tax that we've been paying since last May. They want to extend it for 50 more years until 2040. The current 1% extra tax on top of the 6% we pay the state is going for the purchase and preservation of green space in the county. If the county decides to go ahead with the issue, we could vote on it in the November general election. The extension of the tax could raise $1.65 billion to be spent on roadways and bridges from highways 278 and 170 to Rebo Row, Highway 46, and the Ladies Island Corridor. Bluffton, Hilton Head Island, and north of the Broad would each get $60 million for improvements. Well, if the statewide polls are right, Nikki Haley still has a tall mountain to climb when it comes to challenging Donald Trump in the GOP presidential primary. The latest Winthrop University poll has Trump leading by better than a 2-to-1 margin, 65% to 29% as we enter the final days of the campaign. A CBS News poll released Monday has the margin at 65 to 30%, with 90% of Trump supporters in that poll saying they'll vote for Trump no matter what. The Winthrop poll also has Trump beating Joe Biden statewide 50 to 35%. That same poll shows Nikki Haley also beating Biden 47 to 29%. Now we'll take a closer look at those numbers and what they might mean later when we speak to the director of the Winthrop poll right here on WHHI News. If you'd like more information on these stories and more, visit the news sources on your screen and be sure to check us out on Facebook, X, and Instagram. Also, if you have a story idea, love to hear from you. Email us at news@WHHITV.com. And now with a look at sports, here's Justin Jarrett.
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Lowco on WHHI, powered by LowcoSports.com. The February frenzy of high school basketball playoffs is upon us, and this year we have an extra dose of hoops madness that will stretch into March, thanks to the USCB Sand Sharks, who hosted Georgia College last night in the Cove, and both games went down to the buzzer. The USCB women outlasted the Bobcats 67-64 for their second Peach Belt Conference win, as Mahkayla Premo poured in 25 points, and it looked like the men would finish the sweep for much of the night, but the Bobcats surged in the fourth quarter and escaped with a 93-90 victory in a wild nightcap. The Sand Sharks are back at it Saturday in the Cove against North Georgia. You saw a Donnybrook between Bridges Prep and Whale Branch on WHHI last week, and if you haven't yet, catch it at midnight tonight. And the prospect of a third meeting between the rivals in the Class 1A lower state final is still on the table after the Bucs and Warriors rolled through their first round matchups Wednesday. The Hampton County girls also advanced with a 54-36 win over Timberland. Both Hurricanes teams still in the hunt. It was the end of the road for the girls from Beaufort High, Battery Creek, and Ridgeland-Hardyville, as well as the boys from May River and Colleton County. Round 2 is on tap Friday and Saturday, along with the opening round of the Skeeza State Tournament. We'll dig into those brackets tonight on the Lowco Sports Lowdown, airing live at 10 p.m. and streaming on demand on the Lowco Media Network. We'll also have a conversation with new Hilton Head Prep football coach Doug McFadden, who brings an impressive college coaching resume to Sea Pines. For Lowco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Lowco.
Great, Justin. And now Maria Soden has our weather.
Thanks, Allie. Yep, so taking a look ahead, it does look like we're on slightly warmer temperatures the rest of this weekend, but then we are going to see a dip in temperatures as we get into next week, and we're going to see a bit of rain this weekend. But taking a look at Friday, it's going to be cloudy with Hillnet having a high 62, a low 48, Bluffton's have a high 64, a low 46, and Buford's going to have a high 65 and a low 48. The sunrise for Friday is going to be at 7:05, and sunset's going to be at 6:09. Taking a look at the beach tides, low tide's going to be at 9:30 a.m., and high tide's going to be at 2:22 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the week, a little bit into next week. Saturday, it's going to be cloudy with scattered showers throughout the day, but should be clearing up by the evening. Highs in the 60s, lows in the 50s. Come Sunday, it's going to be cloudy with highs dropping down to the 50s, lows in the 40s. And then come Monday, it's going to be sunny to partly cloudy with highs going to be in the 50s and 60s and lows in the 40s and 30s. That's it for today. Let's send it back to the desk.
Thanks so much, Maria. Coming up, we're going to look at judicial reform right here in South Carolina with our 14th Circuit Solicitor, Duffy Stone. We'll be right back.